Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Get ready, because today we're diving headfirst into the weird, the wacky, and the downright unbelievable world of American law. We all know the basics. Don't speed, don't steal. But what about the laws that make you tilt your head and ask, wait, really? You won't believe some of the things that are technically still on the books. We've scoured the legal codes of all 50 states to bring you the top 10 strangest laws that still exist in the United States. So buckle up, because things are about to get bizarre. Let's kick things off with a splash in West Virginia. Picture this. You're enjoying a beautiful day at the lake, you dive underwater, and you feel the sudden urge to whistle a tune. Well, you'd better resist. Believe it or not, it's illegal to whistle underwater in the mountain state. Now, you might be thinking, how is that even physically possible? And that's a fantastic question. The law likely dates back to an era when it was meant to prevent poachers from using whistles or other devices to lure fish. While the physics of underwater whistling are debatable, the law itself is a perfect example of old legislation that's never been formally removed. So, next time you're scuba diving in West Virginia, maybe just hum instead. From the water to the desert, let's head over to Arizona for our next strange law. If you happen to own a donkey and that donkey is feeling a bit sleepy, just make sure it doesn't decide to nap in your bathtub. Why? Because in Arizona, it is against the law for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. This peculiar law apparently originated in 1924 after a local rancher's donkey had grown accustomed to sleeping in an abandoned bathtub on his property. One day, a nearby dam broke, and the resulting flood washed the tub, donkey and all, down the valley. The townspeople spent a significant amount of effort and resources to rescue the snoozing animal. To prevent such a ridiculous and costly incident from ever happening again, they passed a law. So, if your donkey needs a siesta, the couch is fine, the floor is fine, just keep it out of the tub. Now let's travel to the Golden State, California, where our next law will make you think twice about your laundry routine. In the city of Chico, it is illegal to own, maintain, or use a nuclear fission or fusion device. Okay, that part seems pretty reasonable. But the same city ordinance also specifies a fine of up to $500 for detonating such a device within city limits. This begs the question, if you've just detonated a nuclear device in the middle of a city, is a $500 fine really going to be your biggest concern? It's a hilarious example of a local government trying to cover all its bases, no matter how apocalyptic. It's a good reminder that even in sunny California, they're prepared for the absolute worst-case scenario, with a penalty that feels just a little underwhelming given the circumstances. Let's change gears and talk about food. We all love a good pickle, right? Well, in Connecticut, for a pickle to be legally considered a pickle, it must bounce. Yes, you heard that right. This law came about in 1948 after two men were arrested for selling pickles that were unfit for human consumption. To prove their case in court, an official from the Food and Drug Administration dropped the pickles in question and they just went splat. A proper, well-brined pickle, he argued, should have a certain resilience. It should bounce. The two men were found guilty, and the bounce test became a strange but legendary piece of Connecticut legal history. It's a quality control measure that's both quirky and, honestly, a little bit brilliant. Staying on the East Coast, let's head down to Georgia. If you're a fan of taking your feathered friends out on the town, you might want to reconsider your plans in Quitman, Georgia. In this town, it is illegal for a chicken to cross the road. This isn't just the setup for a classic joke, it's an actual ordinance. The law was put in place to encourage chicken owners to keep control of their animals and prevent them from wandering into traffic or onto other people's property. It's a straightforward public nuisance law, but when applied to chickens and their famous road-crossing tendencies, it becomes one of the most ironically funny laws in the country. The chickens themselves, of course, remain unavailable for comment on why they want to cross the road in the first place. Ready to get your groove on? Maybe not in Footloose-esque fashion in some parts of the country. In the state of Massachusetts, it is illegal to play the national anthem in a dance mix or any other altered form in a public place. The law specifies that it must be played as a whole and distinct composition. This was likely enacted out of a sense of patriotism to ensure the anthem is treated with respect and not just used as a catchy beat for a dance track. So while you might hear a rock version at a football game, a full-on techno remix at a nightclub in Boston could technically land the DJ in hot water. It's a law that pits modern artistic expression against traditional reverence. Let's mosey on down to Texas, where everything's bigger, including the strange laws. In the Lone Star State, it is illegal to sell your own eye. Now, you're probably not planning on doing this anytime soon, but it's reassuring to know there's a law against it, right? This falls under a broader statute that prohibits the sale of human organs. While laws against selling vital organs like kidneys or hearts make perfect sense, the specific inclusion of eyeballs just adds a layer of bizarre specificity. It makes you wonder what incident, if any, prompted lawmakers to say, "You know what? We should probably make it officially illegal to sell your eyes." It's a strange thought, but hey, your eyes are priceless, and Texas law agrees. Next, we're heading to the great state of Alaska. If you've ever wanted to get a drink with a moose, you'll have to do it outside the bar. In Fairbanks, Alaska, it's illegal to give a moose an alcoholic beverage. This law isn't just a quirky rule, it's a matter of public safety. An intoxicated moose would be an incredibly dangerous and unpredictable animal. The law likely came about after some locals thought it would be funny to get the local wildlife tipsy. As you can imagine, the results were probably not so funny. This law serves as a good reminder. While it's fun to appreciate wildlife from a distance, it's best not to share your happy hour with them, especially when they weigh over 1,000 pounds. Our penultimate law takes us to Oklahoma, where you need to be careful about how you interact with your dogs. In this state, it is illegal to make ugly faces at a dog. Doing so could result in a fine or even jail time. This law is likely an old, vaguely worded anti-cruelty statute. The idea is that deliberately frightening or agitating an animal is a form of abuse. While the term ugly faces is hilariously subjective, the spirit of the law is about protecting animals from unnecessary stress and torment. So, no matter how funny you think your scrunched-up face is, your dog might not be a fan, and in Oklahoma, the law is on the dog's side. And finally, for our #1 strangest law, we're going to the city of Baltimore, Maryland. If you're a fan of fortune-telling, be careful where you set up shop. In Baltimore, it is illegal to charge money for predicting the future. While you can tell fortunes for fun, the moment you accept payment for your psychic services, you're breaking the law. The ordinance reads that it's unlawful for any person to demand or accept any remuneration or fee for forecasting or foretelling or for pretending to forecast or foretell the future. This law was likely put in place to protect people from scams and fraudulent psychics. So if you have a crystal ball in Baltimore, it's strictly a hobby, not a career. And there you have it, 10 of the most bizarre, head-scratching laws still on the books in the United States. From donkeys in bathtubs to bouncing pickles, it just goes to show that the world of law is far stranger than you might think. Many of these are remnants of a bygone era left on the books because it's often more trouble to remove them than to just ignore them. But they serve as a fascinating and often hilarious window into the history and priorities of these communities. Which law did you find the strangest? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and exploring these legal oddities. If you enjoyed this journey into the weird, please give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. We have so much more fascinating content coming your way and you won't want to miss it. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe, and try not to make ugly faces at your dog. See ya.